All right, Nick, let's talk about the Chicago Bears. Some big news recently, moving and shaking right before the trade deadline, as we thought a lot of teams would do. They made a key move, obviously trading of star pass rusher Robert Quinn, and you're going to get into the story of what we kind of think about that move, and was it good for the Bears? Was it good for the Eagles? Who was the overall winner of that trade? But Nick, before we get into the story, we got to ask the Bears fans, after this move, what do you think the Bears are going to do with this fourth round pick? What do you think who do you think they're going to go after in the draft? Is this going to be like a receiver, another edge? Let us know in the comments below. Let's speculate a little bit. It's mid-season. It's time to start talking about the draft already. But Nick, let's talk about Robert Quinn.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's been all over the reports that Robert Quinn has been traded to the Philadelphia Eagles from the Chicago Bears. According to Albert Breer, like you alluded to, the Chicago Bears will pick up a fourth round draft pick in this coming year's draft. According to Breer, the Bears are picking up 7.1 million of Quinn's remaining salary for the season. In turn, the Eagles will pay Quinn a shade over $700,000 for the duration of his campaign. Now, Miles, when you look at this trade, whenever you hear pundits on whether it's ESPN, Fox Sports, on the internet, wherever, everywhere you hear everybody talking, this is a huge win for the Eagles. Oh, they got a great player. The Bears are just dumpster diving, giving things away. That's not the case here, Miles. I think the Bears did a really smart thing. One of the number one day one lessons you learn in investing, and like I always say, being the GM and running a football team is a lot like investing, is you have to know when to sell high. After last year, Robert Quinn, 18.5 6, was at the absolute peak as he's ever been in his NFL career. Through what number of games this year? 7 games so far this year. I think he only has 1 sack, maybe a sack and a half. Right. I think you've got his PFF grade stats. What's his PFF grade?
Not very good, Nick. I would say this season he's at a 43.8, so a shade of what he was at last year. I think
Yeah.
he was in the high 60s, 70s.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's terrible. I understand he's a situational pass rusher that may affect his grade, but obviously, when 80, 90 is star level, 60, 70 is a really nice player, can do a lot of good things situationally. 40, like you just mentioned, that's terrible. So you have the Bears here that already had Quinn on a long contract, right? They're going to owe him a lot of money over the next few years. Moving off of him now when his value is at his highest, selling him off to another contender, the Philadelphia Eagles, they're going to get the most value they were ever going to get for Quinn. If they didn't go this trade, they're probably going to have to cut him in the offseason just to move on from him, just to find somebody else that can fill the role. Because the fact of the matter is, Mice, you can get an undrafted free agent to go out and play for you and get 1 sack in 8 games and grade out at 40. That's just reality. Robert Quinn has been a great player throughout his career. He's no longer that level of football player. And that's one of these moves where I like Ryan Poles. It's recognizing, getting past the emotion of the game and how good a player once was, and understanding the value you can get for that player at this moment in time. And that's why I love this Bears move. Look, will this fourth round draft pick change the franchise? No, in all likelihood it won't, unless they get, it could. I guess they could find the right guy in the fourth round. Who knows? But I just like the mindset this Bears team is having, because they're making smart moves. They're making good quality business moves.
Yeah, Nick. So I'm gonna hit you with a little surprise here. I actually know Robert Quinn better than most people would. He actually went to Fort Dorchester High School in South Carolina, and he was a 3-time state champion wrestler. We crossed paths a couple times, and he's one of the best athletes I think I've ever seen. So,
why didn't you break the story then? Why are we not?
I should have just given him a call, but I wonder, because like you said, he's getting older. He's 33 almost now. He's 32.8 is what PFF says. So I mean that's basically 33 at this point. But he is a very gifted athlete. But like you said, this point in his career, situational pass rusher. His run defense is obviously way, way worse than his pass rush. The only reason his PFF grade is even at a 43 is because his pass rush is a 56.9. Run defense is a 39.4. So he's a liability in run defense. He's a shade of what he used to be. He was a phenomenal pass rusher, but as you said, it's drafted in 2011. He's getting up there in the years, especially in terms of the NFL. Can't do what he once was. So after last year, when he got 18 sacks, 18 and a half sacks, something like that, incredible year for him. A lot of production, like you said. I agree with you completely. I think that the Bears should have gotten whatever they were able to for Quinn. I think this was a big time trade for the Bears. Poles made a really great move here. to move off a guy who isn't the future of anything for your team. Let some of these young guys come in, try to make some plays. And I think this is going to help the Bears grow because they already have a lot of new, young defensive talent, especially that Jaquan Brisker guy. He looks really, really great. So I think this is a smart move by the Bears.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with this, Maya. So next year, moving off Quinn now, the Bears free up 14 million bucks in cap space. That's a lot. So come next offseason when the Chicago Bears are on a big spending spree and adding all kinds of playmakers on both sides of the ball, Bears fans, remember this moment because these are the kind of moves that give you the cap space and the flexibility to make those kind of franchise altering moves. So remember this, it'll pay big dividends in the offseason.